Well, now it's my pleasure to welcome my next guest, who I have to say I recently saw at the National Theatre, which kind of scared me to death. Because I was a bit like, man, he's gone posh. He's left the rest of us behind. We're all from Nigeria now. They didn't call me. So, you know, the Nigerians, no, sorry, everybody else go, what just happened, what just happened, what just happened? It's okay, people, we're still here, we're still here. He is one of the people who has supported this night, and I really, really appreciate the fact that you've come to grace us once again with your presence. He's a wonderful writer and poet and graphic designer, and he's a man of too many talents. And the last play I saw was a one-man play which was called the Black T-Shirt Collection, which was on at the National Theatre. And if you ever get a chance to go and see it again, do, because he stands around boxes and looks very sexy, but actually it's quite deep. That's my review right there. That is my review. But it really is a joy, a pleasure to welcome back to the Jazz Verse Jukebox, Inua Ellams!
That's the review. I'm going to reprint the playtext and that shit is going on the back. Brilliant. Hi, good evening. I'm trying to follow that introduction. I'm stuck. My first collection of poems came out when I was 19. It was called The 13 Fairy Negro Tales, and this is a poem from that collection. It's a good title, I know, right? This is called Alice in Never Lover Land. It's about this. So they say there's beef between Nigerians and Jamaicans.
I don't know.
But you think it's true, or you don't think it's true?
In certain aspects, it is.
Yeah, well, it's true in the case of this poem. This is about a lady that I had really intense feelings for, but nothing happened. It goes like this. Once upon a time, in the 13th hour of night, 11 lightnings before playtime, 9 seconds from a kiss goodnight, for the 7th time, a little girl sits cross-legged on the floor, flips open a book titled The 13 Fairy Negro Tales. Finds a page in 5 seconds, and in 3 moments and 2 blinks, she focuses on a description of one brown woman. It says that in a mountain made entirely of soil, a blue crystal was grown, and its tips were thrown to the sands from which oceans and seas came forth. It says that this woman's hands were molded by the farmer who toiled that mountain's land. Her bones were crafted from ivory, sold to the artist of the Titans, told to create with it something greater than themselves. And they kept those bones, shelved them till they were reincarnated as light, and baptized it in the unseen hues of rainbows, which solidified and became whole, so when she moves, her shadows echo spectrums. Her shoulder blades once waded in mire and emerged, making moon ripples on the mesolithic rock face of ever. Like the ghost of lilies flock-printed and slaked, her cheeks skin-kissed the gates of her brown haven. Her voice is rooted in the fantastic, flying like silk, fed on feather fractals, falling like angel zest. And yeah, I know that woman. We have conversed. Many times I have cycled through the cities of her psyche and left graffiti growing on the walls of her mentals. Making music, using palms as amplifiers, losing myself to the mass of a friendship made to last. And when I realized that this between us, this might be the stuff of greatness, I stopped. Took a step back, tore my heart off my sleeve and offered it to her on a silver platter, saying, "Lady, take this, wipe your soul with it. Wear it when the winds change, sew it into a cushion and sleep on it, beneath the changing bows of the woes of the world. Lady, wear me like a breastplate, keep me like a glove. Lady, let me love you." But she said, "Nope." It's too late. that she had been disappointed and failed, that men that are not smart, men with flawed logic and lazy feet, climbed through the windows of her soul to the bowels of her belly and left seeds of weeds that eternally growing, eternally towing, eternally tugging at the small saplings of beauty left in her heart. And she cannot start nothing with no one. There's no place for love, none. And that left me lost in the winter of her solitude, caught in a courtyard of dying roses and dead crystals, with one pen to coat me from the cold. So with that pen I painted a new portrait. It was of a man who sculpts crystals for a living, whose pupils are calibrated to reflect that woman's own, whose hugs mimic Maya, who's willing to be the earth for her to grow on and be cherished, the man to replenish. When this portrait is finished, when it is nailed to parchment, I shall pluck it and mail it to the mystics, hoping that they cast him into living, hoping that fate comes around to my way of seeing and makes him be, so he can live it for me, so he can love her for me. Because that's what poets do. We dream in the 13th hour of night. 11 lightnings before playtime, 9 seconds from a kiss goodnight, before little girl closes a book of tales, leans back to sleep, leaving a bag lady locked in the pages of an experience, me, half empty, both subconsciously wishing for happily ever after. Again, thank you. That's another old school poem.